main problem is if they go up top, then they can get you from 2 angles. So from this side here, and they're playing for this corner, bringing you out into open space, which would be that would be a disadvantage for you guys. Or they can play up top, rotate around, hit you guys from back here, and that doesn't give you much except for as far as rotation, except for going through gas station, which can still leave your supports vulnerable. So that's just the one thing I would be worried about if they do go up top. If you do see that, your Ryan could play corner and your Zarya could play top if you wanted to, because you still have this ramp. She could easily land a right click and just be here already, and then going around through cave, and you can meet him. Along with if they are pushing, and someone else is able to be there, such as like Hanzo or whatever. He's able to give Zarya energy and stuff like that.
I'm pretty sure, like, I'm pretty sure that I said to him there when he's got like with the Sonic arrow, because he stayed there a little bit too much. I think. I'm pretty sure. If you go for a while, you can see it.
Yeah.
What I mean.
I'm gonna watch. I don't have a cluster in my head. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Here.
Yeah, they're trying to take up top. Got bursted down. That's unfortunate.
Dude, I always think it's really awkward, like holding the high ground like this, though. Like, I always prefer to play on the bottom, on like this.
I mean,
point,
Ryan
'cause
Zoya
you can hold it
shouldn't.
around the corner.
Well, with
Ryan's-
this, now they're in a weird disadvantage, just because they can't reach you. Only certain characters can, and now Ryan's having to deal with being a shield bot. They're running through their resources while you guys are up top, not getting cleave damage. Which then in turn leaves Ana and Bap to be a little bit more aggressive and spamming down with you guys. And then Ana can look for nades or sleeps or wherever that you guys can then capitalize on things. It kind of just gives them that like brief moment to do things. So that's why if you did play up there and you just let them run the corner, you can. Otherwise, if this was a time where you didn't want them to, at the start you guys can actually hold in the train and wait for them. Because most of the time they're just going to come through this lower part
And then you
or
can
go
just
up top, and then you guys can just jump onto them. But that would require more of a rush comp with speed rather than sustain. Because you can have the Bap do all the healing for that easily, and then the Lucio is just trying to get you to go to one target after the other.
Is Lucio and Ana, by the way, is that a good like support comp? Lucio, Ana. No,
Lucio,
I mean
work, but
Ana.
Bap,
I mean Ana and Bap. Is that good support comp? Or is there better ones? Like
Lucio Bap is the normal form of rush, since you can, if everyone's piled together, Bap gets more benefit from it, and he can play up closer, just because he also has burst heals, which gives AoE healing with everyone in the area, and immortality. So whenever the team gets like grabbed, for instance, because everyone's there, he can save a majority of the people. And then his ultimate's also good for helping in those certain circumstances to clear corners or do just different stuff for it. Otherwise, if you played more Ana, you would be looking to your single target healing, and so you'd have to be very decisive of how you're going on about things. You'd have to play in the back and mid-range of things, not really up with the team like Bap. And if you're not aware of certain things, then you're going to be left behind, and the team's not going to be able to get healing. So that's why Bap is just better generally.
yeah, but like,
rush.
is both of them good? Can you play
you
both of them?
Both. It just depends. Yeah, you can
I
play
mean,
both of them as well. That just gives you more sustain rather than speed.
yeah,
That's
but
more
it's
just a general brawl.
because I think we spoke about that when we played yesterday.
Yeah.
Then that we didn't know if that
And
was
with-
actually a good comp.
Yeah.
Do you remember that,
Bap,
Jay?
he does more of the healing in this comp rather than Ana. Anna's then looking to do some extra heals on the side, because she realizes the majority of the team is being healed here, but this person's really getting focused, so now I can focus heal them. and then is looking to play more aggressive with their sleeps and their nades because they have the other healer.
Because
that's
the thing
able
is
to do
that
the
we
rest of
have
it.
like, because the thing is that Roses is one of our supports. He's the Ana right now. He plays in another scrim comp in NA.
That was
Uh,
good to try and throw the nade.
yeah,
Since the Zarya bubble's out, you at least knew that. That's good.
I wanna know. I wanna know.
I
Is
don't
like,
know why you both use bubble.
I haven't. I can't remember. I have no clue why I did that.
You're trying to get energy from everyone shooting the Ryan, then you switch to him. I wouldn't do it so close to each other.
I think I only ever
'Cause
do
you're
that
not
if
getting. Yeah.
yeah, I only ever do that if I'm trying to like anticipate a fire strike because I can get them both, but it's kind of a waste. I know what you mean. I should just use one or the
Yeah,
other.
because then otherwise you're out of sync. And then
Yeah,
now
yeah,
you're waiting
true.
for both cooldowns and you're already back, maybe even a little bit lower than you were.
True. Is it better to use my like personal one first and then use the second? Because I think my cooldown on my
I
first bubble
would
was longer.
rather I would rather use the projected and keep yourself alive. Say for instance, because they do have Ana, and say they were running more dive, and they got an anti on you,
Yeah.
and they dive you, and you could get killed that way. Well, if you had the self bubble, you can clean that, and then your supports can heal you in turn. If you stay alive, your Ryan can stay alive longer.
Yeah, true.
Because then you'll have a projected bubble form. So,
I don't
anyways,
think I
you're
even got
now
any charge from it.
6v5. He's dead. You're so lucky.
I am.
Dude, this fell
Alright.
apart so hard right when we did this because Raven fell down.
Alright. So with this, the majority of them are on cart. Unfortunately, Ryan and Zarya both are now down here. You're gonna get buzzed out. He's gonna get buzzed out. You're probably gonna die in this circumstance just because it's a high charge, and now you're getting all your, yeah, you just use flash. So, and so now you don't have anything to stop her aside from breaking the bubble. Like this, it's either you wait out the bubble and let her damage you at a lower rate, or you break that bubble as soon as you can, and then you try and land the sleep. So then you can bolt target focus since she doesn't have any self bubble anymore. Yep, you got buzzed down. Roses needs to get out of there. They're taking up high ground. You don't need to be jumping anymore. Especially with both hit scans, you're gonna get cleaved out, and it's gonna bring you to either be in the air, and before your lamp goes through, you end up dying. Or if you wanted to, you can actually shorter jump, and you can like jump behind this, and you can still shoot, and then get back since you know they're pressuring you up there. Just gives you some form of cover then, and then you can play the border. But I think since you are 4v6 at the moment, and they have you on a top angle here, they're already pushing cart, and there's a power boosted Zarya that can pinch you over here. Ryan's not in a very good area. He's not very good whenever he's being pinched like this. And for you guys to come back with a good fight, Hanzo's on his way, literally coming in right now. If you guys back up to this corner, or if you wanted to retake this high ground from them during that rotation, you guys can just drop onto them on point, and you can kind of ignore them for now. I wouldn't say ignore, but just not focus on them at the moment. And you can push the tanks back or do whatever you play for objective, and you still have all this cover. And you can actually contest the cart from this high ground too. So I mean, either way that you look at it, it's just right now you guys need to be backing out instead of trying to just shield it and potentially having your supports die down.
By the way,
Yep, because he died. Now you're 4v4 again. You would have been, or 4v4. You are now 6v4 instead of 6v5. This could have been a turnable fight. Now that you're, Zarya doesn't have self bubble, she's putting herself distanced from Ryan. Ryan's gonna get focused out here. You're not gonna have line of sight for heals, just because you guys have played separate from this. Still someone's up top, gatekeeping kind of this entire corner here, and then the team is then able to, their team is able to play into our Ryan. So, if need to, you can do this. Just hopefully you have pin. You do. Okay. What? That's weird. Oh, that's why. I was on a different keyboard setting. I was wondering why I didn't do things. Okay. So yeah, if you needed to, you can actually get the Rhine to go in and pin. That's gonna give Zarya the chance to bubble him. But then you're both over here. Your Zarya and your Rhine can kind of keep this Rhine targeted and away from healing. If you do that right. And your Hanzo could then look to pressure out the Rhine as well. You can turn that into a winnable fight by getting rid of their tank. Even though you are 4v6 at the moment, you can turn that to a 4v5. And then since you guys are over on that side, you could have the Rhine just play the corner at the moment, your Zarya to come over. You guys can push them off the high ground so they're not much of an issue. You guys can claim this area, tend contest point. Right now you have, yeah, you tried to, you got flashed, you die. It's a lost fight.
This
Go
was
ahead and
really
back
bad by
out.
us. We played this so bad.
Yeah.
I think we did, yeah.
And most of the time though, you're either gonna come down to one fight or two fight, depending on what you guys do. And with this, like for instance, they're already pushed up here. Okay, well here's one fight. Maybe a second fight if you get it over to here, you know? Depends on how many people are stacked or whatever, how the fight ends up going or what ults, etc. But right now they are yeah, they're at a better alt state right now. But they didn't have much contesting over here, not much over here, so that kind of led them to push the payload during the fight. And now it was pretty much just a one fight deal. Just because you didn't play into their comp or you didn't rotate or do certain things. So don't do that, still get out, because you're just gonna get stunned and killed.
And then Raven is next.
Oh my gosh.
Raven is
And now you have bad spawn, you guys have to play back, your Ryan's up. Your Ryan's gonna be fine. Don't stack behind the barrier! Well, at least you got them killed, but you're gonna end up having to jump out.
We kind of wanted to
Out,
choose a
out,
bad map
out.
though, to review, because like we knew this was like quite a bad like.
No, we chose this because we thought we could win
don't
it.
keep jumping that high, you're gonna get tracked down by the soldier. Or the
I think we
Kree.
did a lot better on attack though than we did on defense.
We did.
Right, ask for your... Yeah, I was about to say.
So this is better, innit? We've regrouped a bit now, so we're starting to like.
Alright. And with this, go ahead and drop down and rotate through. If you do that, you're kind of denying them able to do anything. You got a pick, which is awesome. Now you have free range of this angle. And you can burst down the tanks from here. And since you guys are getting up and sustaining, your BAP is on the way, right? Oh, yeah, it's right there. And if you guys play this corner, even to go up top here and just drop on them, during this time that you're getting closer, you're not taking any damage from them. And they see this and they're kind of wanting to play back, so they're giving you space in this circumstance. So like I was mentioning, if you guys play up top and give a second angle while you guys are pushing in, and you drop here, they're mostly going to be focused on you at this point here, rather than your junk or your Hanzo or whatever that's up there. They're not really able to get that unless Kree or whatever gets it, or Ana does some poke damage, or Zarya right click, etc. You know. But with that, your Ana is able to heal them up there, heal you guys there. She's safe. You guys are able to contest and take that space, and then you guys can sustain even more once their resources are down, and you guys can push to the cart instead of just letting them keep getting that progress. In this case, it's all about who can. So this is a good example actually. It's either in brawl, you either have a corner to corner fight where one team's on this corner, the other team's on this corner, and they're kind of just fighting for it. You know, you normally would see that like for Rialto, like at the bridge, literally first point. You guys
Oh
are
yeah,
playing
true,
for that
true.
corner. And now this is the third version of it. Because there's corner to corner, corner to open space. And so what that would look like is you play this corner to corner battle, and then you do an aggressive turn. Now you guys have a corner that you guys can cover on. Say for instance this door just doesn't exist. You now have this corner to play around, and you can place your immortality or anything behind this wall for just safe cover. While the team is now out in the open, they have to place their immortality out in the open if they had it. And they're in a more vulnerable position because every bit of damage that you have behind your rind is now going at them, and all the damage that they have is either behind the wall and not giving as much value, so they have to kite back, and it's not going much towards you guys. And so that's the corner to open space, and then the third version, which is corner open space corner, would be kind of like this. You have your corner that your team's behind, which is where they were at, this open space here, and then your guys' corner. And so now that they're being aggressive, they're wanting to take this corner from you guys so they can continue their payload push. Just notice you guys have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Chunk just went down. So it's a 5v4 in this circumstance because one person's on payload. They're not fully into the fight. For right now, it's only Mercy healing him. So you guys can easily cleave this Ryan down, either forcing Ana off the payload to stop their objective, and for them to try and heal, or it causes them to fully back up. Again, since they overextended here, he's on his own. The rest of his team's over there. You guys can easily punish this Ryan, and then go through the rest of the team.
Yeah.
So those are kind of the different like things as far as like brawl as well. Is just like that corner to corner, corner to open space, corner to open space to corner. If you guys want to try that or to just remember that, a term that one of my coaches actually used at one time was flipping the corner. And that leads into a comm structure where it's called command calls.
Yeah.
Generally some teams will have them. For instance, Houston Outlaws has a great example. They called the objective, whether that was a point or a payload or whatever, home. So everyone knew exactly, like everyone was on that same page of, okay, this is what we need to do, you know, or this is what we need to focus. This is what we need to remember, you know, because you always remember home type thing, you know.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to, say for instance, you wanted to, instead of making a call, all right, play aggressive, pass this corner. Say for instance, you're in the corner to corner fight, you can just say flip, and then all of your team takes this aggressive swing towards them and pushes them back, or causes them just based off you having this corner advantage here, and they don't to back up in that circumstance. So if you guys wanted to use that, you can. If you wanted to embed that into your comm structure or whatnot. But
Yeah.
like I was mentioning, you guys have the sustain. They don't. They only have the mercy beam, and that's not going to sustain against the storm arrow, Baptiste landing shots, you running through a barrier or a beam, or right clicks to it, and then you doing cleave damage to the Rhine. So yeah, you guys should have that. Now the Ana is able to take it. The lamp, instead of it being placed out in the open, it could be placed at the corner, or because it's just a high noon, no one's really in danger of it. The Rhine can just clean, or it can go around the corner, and it's not going to be affected by it as much because they're only going to go. They started from like right here, they're only able to make it maybe to about here before it's ended. Everyone's going to be on that side of it and not have to worry about it. And you could save your Rhine from being pin dead-eyed by having your immortality out that way. As far as those positioning for me, I wouldn't want to be here. Say for instance there was another team member that was already going through here, you kind of just boxed yourself in. I would go ahead and play back even more, play on the opposite side of this rock. That just comes down with game sense, time, awareness, etc. As far as what the certain and what the circumstance is. It's good that you were trying to find the cover as soon as you can, but otherwise just try and go back a little bit more, because now you have another complete wall that they have to get around, and since your team is all back here, you're not going to be pressured out. As far as if you were there, like I was mentioning, someone can flank around and get you. They can push you in that way, separating you from your team. Trying to think. In this circumstance, you're 4v5 again, since the soldier is over on that side. Pocket your Zarya as much as you can. Make sure that the healers are healing each other as well, so that you guys know for sure that you would be able to go in. Given this circumstance, do you have... No, you don't have burst heals. Okay. Not gonna how much you have dragon. You would probably want to keep it for Grav Dragon, but dead. Okay. Circumstance. If you wanted to, Hanzo could drop back and run a dragon around there. It zones them out. So they might not push forward, and that can give you guys the opportunity to rotate out, maybe take this corner instead, if you don't want to go all the way around here, because it might take too long. You can still play here. That way, if they do go forward, then you guys can just rotate with them. So I think if you did that dragon, if you have it set up here, that's also going towards cart, instead of, and also it's possibly denying them able to go in, or able to see their actual teammates. So there's multiple uses around that. Your Zarya is not going to get much of a grab from this circumstance. It's better to go ahead and just start using certain ults to go ahead and win the fight. They've already nanoed their Kree, they've already used Deadeye, they have Shatter here. And you're probably going to get caught out roses, and you're going to end up dying because of this positioning as well. All this stuff though, it's like it could have been done earlier, instead of later. It all just comes down to synergy with the team, communication as far as, hey, I'm doing this for this, just different things there. Now that you don't have self bubble, that Ryan's just waiting out the time since you're just doing barrier damage, and then he's gonna shatter you. When that happens, you should be able to get your nano in that time, and keep your Zarya up. So now that this is more of like a, hey, they don't have Zarya bubble, but they're also nanoed. They're focusing on Rhine. Let's kill the Zarya, They'll still... because I know the Zarya is, but you could at least try and hold it there. If they try and enter in, you can maybe use your window to kind of peek him and keep him at bay, or use the window up top for your Hanzo. If they go past that certain point, he can just shoot him at close range, and burst down the Zarya super quickly. So let's just see how this kind of plays. Yeah, you guys are now separated, trying to go through. You don't have burst heals or anything. You guys are looking the opposite direction because you guys are like, we need to get out of here, They just focused you guys. Ryan gets out for free. He's not in danger, so you could save your bubble.
Yeah, dude, I have a habit of like bubbling people for charge when I should just save the bubble to save people. Like that's
Yep.
a way better, more efficient way of doing it.
Yeah. Now your Bap is gonna die.
And
Now your Ana's gonna die.
This is horrendous.
Hey,
Yeah.
It's really bad.
am I right when I say like in higher ranks, people will like shoot you, shoot Saryas and wait for them to bubble themselves and then stop shooting them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, is it always important to have like an off angle, like with a like so like a DPS is always good to have like if you're defending to have one person and one high ground and another person another to have like a crossfire. Is that what?
So yes and no, depending on the circumstance. It is always good to have a second angle, especially in like Brawl, for instance. I'm trying to think. Sometimes instead of running the Zarya, people will run D.Va just for that circumstance to get the enemy team off of high ground,
He's
so
my
that they can use
he's
that
my
then
team's
for
coach.
an angle that they want
He's
instead of the
doing
team to have, or
team.
instead of
I'm
the enemy to
recording
have.
this for YouTube.
And during that time, people don't always have to play behind Ryan. You know, because then people are lined up, especially if like they did a nano noon or a pocketed noon or whatever, and it speeds up that time. It'll just run through you guys. You know, that's just a given circumstance where everything's kind of lined up or whatever. If they did a fire strike in window, that can kill like 2/3 your team, just stuff like that. If you guys were to play Brawl, always look to try and take 2 angles instead of 1, because again, Rhines don't do well whenever they're pressured and pinched up. They kind of just either stay or back up, and they have to overcommit their cooldowns and abilities in order to get past a certain area then. It's just, it all comes down with like time with the game and awareness, again, just different stuff there.
Yeah, I play Yank.
So if you had, trying to think, if you had, given a circumstance that they're still at that corner, if you wanted your Rhine to play forward and your Zarya to play up, so it kind of keeps pressure on their backline or anything, and you can still see your Rhine down here, you're able to do that. And then, like I was mentioning, you'd have your Junk or your Hanzo up here, probably your Junk preferably, because it has more room to just spam and do stuff. And then your Hanzo could be playing up with your Rhine and look for a angle over on this side, past a barrier or whatever, still able to get back with his Rhine. That gives you 1 angle, 2 angle, and then contesting at 3 here. And then your supports are completely fine since they're now having to deal with so many so many variables of who should we go for, what should we do, or how should we play this. You know, they're not focusing on your supports, and that gives them the opportunity to live, gain ult charge, and let you guys go aggressive then. So yeah, I'll let the thing play out because this is a lost fight. You should be trying to go out. Now they have everyone. You guys have a fight coming up. Don't go out, don't go out, don't go out. Ah! You're gonna be chased down, buddy. Yep, now you won't be able to get to this fight, unfortunately. So within this, you see him. If you wanted to, since this door takes forever to load up, or for to open up, rather. Load, jeez. Played too many video games in my time. You guys can actually look to take the fight here, since you have the high ground advantage, and just spam targets if you needed to. Since you guys still have people that can play at range, i.e. Hanzo, Bap, and Junk, they can still do damage. And you can push them there, even if, and if you need to, if they're starting to push the cart, you guys can take this room and push into them that way. Because if you didn't want to be up against them, say for instance the Ana with a nade or whatever, if you didn't want to play up here all the time and your Rhine wanted to take advantage of the situation since they almost have Shatter as well, you guys can play here. The only thing I'd be looking for is their Rhine as well. Because they have Shatter, they have Grab, they have different things there. You have your Shatter coming up, you almost have Rip Tire. You'll have Grab Dragon. So yeah, if you wanted to take the fight, you can. You can have it played down here. So now you're playing for the corner game, and this gives you an opportunity to, instead of just take the fight here it gives your team the opportunity to also poke from back here. So then they're having to go either fully commit in, get out, and try and take the fight as it is there. And say for instance they are forcing you out pretty well. You guys have the opportunity to rotate through here as well, instead of this open space, because if you do that, then you're also at a disadvantage. Because Ana could land a well-placed nade over here and deny healing as you guys are trying to stabilize and come back. So, and that's what some teams will do. Once they've kind of built up the synergy, if they're really able to commit to the fight, which you guys are. For instance, if you guys went out there and spammed with your Baptiste window, you guys have held on to that for a little bit now. Because you guys saw that it was also on this previous point here. It was probably available sometime around here as well. If you guys had that to take the spam, your junk could be doing just an insane amount of damage to their Rhine up here, while the Rhine and Zarya and stuff like that could just be up here, and forcing them out, causing them to go into the damage already. But with that, you'd have to force them out. With your team forcing them out, you can easily do that, and that just gives the clearing for Bap window and junk. So, alright, you guys, don't take the fight. You're calling it to go back. Please don't get killed. Thank you. Alright. There, nice. Okay, you guys are up 1.
I think I
Look at the
got
situation.
one
Where
more
is everyone?
to,
Okay, group up, sustain, and go ahead and start pushing in with that. Once you guys are kind of grouping up, they're going for the res. This is whenever you need to be going on to him at this point. Just because once they res, they did bubble, they used res. Now there's no way to save this person since they're kind of in an animation lock. You guys need to push into them so that the cleave damage that you do, or the junk nades, or the right clicks, or whatever, you know, is able to get that kill again, is able to force out this Rhine barrier, because he's going to be low on barrier. Where is he at? Yeah, he's at 600 barrier. Why did it bring me up all the way over there? He's at 600 barrier, with just the shots from normal stuff, not even having to use abilities. You guys can easily crack that shield. And then while you're pushing, you can kill the Rhine and kill the Kree, and then you can take the rest of the fight without having to use any ults or anything. And if you needed to, you could use Nano or whatever, or even Riptire, wherever. Because now they're playing up. You got grabbed. He's gonna use Shatter soon. Oh no, he died. Okay. You guys did use Window, so it did give you an advantage as far as killing things, which was able to kill the Kree, kill the Rhine. You guys lost your junk. You guys lost your immortality. Soldiers playing up on top ground here, causing your supports to potentially get killed, especially if he focuses out your Ana, who's already half. It puts you guys into a weird circumstance. Now you're having to look up and back out. And because of the Zarya as well, which you should be able to kill. She's not really looking to take the fight since she's low and her healers aren't on her yet.
Hey, Zara, I have a
What?
question for you. Should, as a Anna, I think Rosa would like to know this. As a Anna here, should she take a fight with like the soldier here when she's off? Because I'm like 100% sure she took the fight and used the nade on him instead and died. Like right now. I think I saw that in the.
Nade sleep. No.
I think you
I
just had to,
think if they were aware of their, because they can.
I think it's just because you paused it. It shows it.
Why is it doing that? So they're right there. They can still see the soldier. So with them being fired down on, he just needs to heal himself real quick. They can honestly nade the Zarya, since they'd have the range to go and do things, and then push the rest of the fight. I'd say it'd be safe too, since they used 3 ults already, and given the circumstance that you guys can, there's 3 people here to close out a fight and stagger the enemy more, or there's 4 people technically, stagger that fight out more. I would go ahead, once I get shot, I would throw a nade Nano Zarya, so in the time that I'm being focused, Bap doesn't have to do as much healing. And now I'm back here, if I needed to heal myself more because they threw a rocket at me or they shot me more, past my nade, I can take that, and then I could, and then I can try and play up here again, because I still have my sleep at that point. I would actually take the platform, or at least just to give myself a wider angle and then look for the sleep. Hanzo could then look for the kill. So let me see how this does play out.
What happens now is that I think he goes
Not
for
getting
healing.
focused.
Look.
No!
What,
Don't ever do that. Don't do that, no.
what was the wrong?
You didn't even get the nade correctly, so I mean, that was just kind of like, you threw it, got no value, now you die, kind of thing. I would have,
made yourself right?
if they're not focusing you, you can throw the nade towards your team so the BAP does extra healing, and just go and get the mega then. Easy as that.
Because I saw this in the like when I was dead. I saw that and I was. By the way, Roses is a Ana specialist in another scrim team.
Oh gosh,
So-
yeah, I know he talked about scrimming and ranked and stuff all the time, but that, like, if he's not putting the effort in to learn, he's gonna stay in his same area, you know? Because he's not gonna learn more information to use. And I know you're still streaming. That is what I was thinking, Roses, and I didn't want to say it during the conversation because you seemed heated a little bit more and more defensive about things. But hey, that's just like the difference between you and me on things, because I'm an Ana specialist. Like, look here. I obviously have hours on Ana, and this isn't my only account. Like, and it's not even counting my hours on scrims, because those don't get calculated. You know,
Yeah,
I obviously know what I'm talking about. I have all different accounts in different areas. But with that, like, the things that I've done in order to learn, and like I still have over, I'd say over 20-30 hours left of material that I'm going through, over the 60 to 70 hours that I had. It's because I've gone through at certain points of the day and learned and written things down. I have, let's just think, I have different notebooks, but I guess it would total out to be maybe at around 120 or so pages worth of just notes.
Fuck's
Yeah.
sake.
Along with
that's
scrim
a lot.
experience and tournament stuff. So the reason
mean-
that I didn't stay there and that I wasn't just lucky is because I went past the level threshold. Instead of just saying, I'm diamond, I should be able to get out of plat, you know? They're only one division away from each other, just a couple hundred SR, you know? And you could easily fall back into it or fall forward, or go forward to the next rank. But I went past that, obviously being shown right here, going from this to that. Obviously that was also me like cracked out of my mind and staying up for 70 hours. But you get the point. For that though, just if they were focusing you, nade yourself so you can get to the deal, or nade your team while you're going back because they weren't focusing you. And if need to, you can. And no, because it wouldn't be as prevalent there. Yeah, at that point you just kind of hide from the soldier, and then once you're here, you can try and look for a sleep on him. Because your BAP's taking care of the healing at this point, and there's not a major threat. So. I can't believe we're 3 minutes into the thing, and it's probably been more than 30 to 40 minutes.
I mean, there's a lot of things.
Now they're focusing him out. He has to run away. That gives you clearance for you as Ana to play. That tire's gonna get killed pretty quickly.
I think it did.
How did they not kill the tire?
I mean, I went inside so they couldn't
That's
kill it.
unfortunate.
I went
I would,
inside so they couldn't kill it.
yeah. For that, I would wait for your team to be up a little bit more. You can still do more spam damage during that time. And then you could actually use the rip tire closer, so they have less of a time to react. And then you could easily go for their backline, because this is wide open now. Since they know they don't have to fear the rip tire, but you guys used Grav already. You weren't able to use drag. All your alts are like, it's either you don't want to use them because you're not confident in it, or you just don't know, you're waiting for a certain time.
I think
And then
we
you're
were
kind of pressured,
waiting.
like, I haven't used this in a while, I'm gonna go ahead and use it now. And then it could result in, like, so many people using their alts at one time. Oh, that was
Hey,
good.
you
It
see-
sections them off. Go ahead and push,
Hey,
push,
look
push,
at
push,
me!
push,
I'm
push.
jumping again.
Soldier now has high ground again. Oh. Yeah, with that dragon, that denied healers to cross, and it denied them to cross over. So at this point, just push. You have spam damage. You have your entire team here, aside from your VAP. You guys can easily take that corner. And if you wanted to, our Zarya could even take up here, and try and hit him out. The beam should reach from here as well to kill the soldier. If you're at a high enough energy, which you're probably at around
57.
40, 50. No. High 30, low 40. Yeah.
Savage. That's so close. How could you guess that?
Time and experience with the game and
Ah,
realizing
yeah.
what variations of energy are going, because you can also look at her gun. It's not as big, and the lights on her back. You could also see it in the size of the projectiles. If she was higher charge, she does more. Hopefully I can catch like a Zarya, or there's Zarya shooting a right click.
She's around the same charge.
Got a lot more
No,
glow
she has
to it, obviously.
no, she has like 80, probably.
Yeah, I think she's like
Mm,
100, dude. She must be like 90
Yeah,
or high.
90.
yeah, she's probably at like 96. And that's F.
Oh my.
99, yeah. Depending on whenever she also used her bubble as well. And what's gonna suck is their Ana now has nano. They're gonna nano in their Zarya, and they're gonna do so much cleave damage into you. I've paused the video game. You can stop shooting. Holy.
Think that you can go into options, like press B.
Spam them out. Instead of trying to look for directs, try and bank them off here. Because once it hits, it's going to be slowed down anyways. It's going to do another jump, or it's going to hit him directly. So instead of going for the direct shot or whatever, just try and bank it off. And you should be fine, because that pressures him out as well. Also realizing where he's at, which is good. That's displacement. Now he seems more fearful as far as like what's happening. You guys are all split up and spread. And at this
Oh,
point, I
Raven is
think
kinda.
you guys need to back out and sustain anyways. Everyone's over half, as far as health goes. And you only have Ana. If they were to push in right now, I guarantee you guys would die easily, just in a neutral fight. Unless you guys land a big shatter and you guys can go on upon that, but otherwise, it might not be worth it. So you've held on to that nano for a while now. That didn't affect anyone. That's unfortunate. Wait, it affected the Zarya. Oh, it just doesn't show up. That's stupid. It should show up on the top bar. So it only affected the Zarya there, which you were looking to get the whole team, which is fine. The Zarya's fine. I would go ahead and heal up the DPS since they have the shortest health right now, and just one click from a Kree or 2 clicks from a Kree, they're
Jay.
dead.
Jay,
Yeah.
cool fire strike.
Cool fire strike.
You remember?
No.
You
Brian's
remember we
getting
played the
focused.
game.
Yeah, one click from the Kree, by the way. Now they have Visor, you're less likely to heal. During this, since he's more focused to get people out in the main, you could heal your Rhine up over on this side. And he has a way to then back out. Since you're here, you're not going to be focused out by that Visor as much. And instead of running a nade over there, I know there was a bunch of people and you try to get that nade there. I would personally just heal them up individually. And keep the nade for like trying to turn that fight again by nading them, or if someone's getting completely threatened out like the Rhine, you have that safe gap of nade and heals. And if they focus them out more, you nano them, you know. They just put so much damage into them that now they're overcommitting cooldowns, etc. Try.
Dude, what's Anna doing right now? She's trying to kill the nano soldier.
That's not gonna.
Yeah.
That's not never gonna happen. How many shots
Well, I
must be
mean,
that? Must
he's
that
doing
be?
pressure. I wouldn't do that just because now they know where you're at. It's like, oh,
Just
they're
to get
still there. I
bursted
can go
down.
ahead and shoot him.
And
Yeah.
he has a
You use the
mercy.
sleep on the wall, Roses. Come on! Save it for, like, yeah, you can try and stop it, but you didn't have an angle for it.
Dude, I hate our
I
positioning
don't
right
know.
now. Like our positioning is so trash,
I
dude.
think
Right now.
Raven
He's-
died, and
yeah?
then you died, and then we lost the point. I think.
Dude, I feel like all of us we don't play corners that much either.
Raven
around-
right now is Raven is flanking. I mean, that was a
didn't
nice
hit
try.
the wall. I don't know why.
That was a nice try.
Woohoo! You're staying there too long. You're staying there too long.
Oh,
Now during this time that he's rotating, your Ryan's getting focused out. Your Bap's at least able to heal, but he's gonna go down. He's gonna be focused out, and he's gonna die. Dead. Oh. Oh. Ryan's literally not doing anything. He's just sitting on the cart. Yeah, I mean. I mean. I mean, I get it as far as like people on their positioning. Mostly because it's lower elo. You guys might not have the coordination for it. There's not as much comms being used. You guys don't know how to progress as a team. There's certain circumstances as far as how does this comp actually work? What ultimate should we do? How should we push? How should we rotate? How should we position ourselves? How can I use certain abilities effectively? You know, all different things whenever it comes to circumstances here. But this, if you're gonna play this, I don't know why you'd play. You're pocketing Korean compensation that you won't have another DPS, or you're pocketing technically anyone there as far as damage output, and extra heals if they need to. And they have the same spam, take different angle. You've noticed every single time that they've taken at least one extra angle that they're able to just push you guys out and they win the fight without even having to use ults. You know, that was also the difference between you guys is they knew to take certain angles already. As far as it's like your team all the time. Actually, I wonder if I can. Hopefully, it's not too big of a thing. Limited power chat.
What?
Oh, I can't. Dang it.
What do you want to?
Let me. This is a video from Natter OW.
Because I'm gonna upload this video to my YouTube channel and just post a link in the chat so everybody can view it. And other people can too.
Where is it? 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 There's so many videos. Such a good source of knowledge. Role positioning. There it is. Aha! Let me find this part in the video.
Just Mr.
Haha. Got
Mr.
it. Okay.
13 and, on YouTube and you'll find it.
So I'm about to change my Discord window. And I'm gonna let that run through. I have a call right now. One sec.
Happen. Instead, we're gonna replace this with a square. So let's say there's a square here they're pushing, and the BAP and McCree are back here. The BAP and McCree are together. Then the Ryan will push with the Mei. The Ryan and Mei are together. The Devo will look for an off angle to help, and then the Lucio will sort of play again, sort of in the team or somewhere normally around the environment to help the team, and everyone has aura of the Lucio. So you sort of got this split where you've got Ryan Mei together, Diva off angling, Lucio sort of near the team, and then you got Bat McCree together. And this is more like a spammy way of playing. And the reason why this is really good is because your Bat McCree are now playing more range damage, and they're focusing on range damage. They're not brawling. And it's good that they're not with the Ryan because your value comes from, you know, your Bat Cree spamming. If your Bat Cree are like literally stacked on your Reinhardt, they take cleave damage, and that's sort of pointless. You know, your Lucio doesn't want cleave damage, your Diva doesn't want cleave damage, so by them being split a little bit, they take less damage, and it splits focus, which makes it very hard for the enemy team to deal with. Okay. So I'm not gonna go
break so we can just continue on with the action. We've kind of been speed running things here tonight thus far. So back-to-back 3-0s for our first two series. Now we get ready to go into the last one. Philadelphia Fusion certainly hoping that they can get a 3-0 over the LA
Alrighty.
Valiant. But we'll see. I mean, LA
What?
Valiant, you know,
Oh, it's live right now. That's why.
A lot of people's expectations
Okay,
for their first showing.
I'm got nice to know that.
That's what I was hearing.
Coming off the back of a strong victory.
It's just
Okay.
went live.
But yeah, were you able to capture that or no?
No, it's alright. It's
Okay.
the off angle.
Yeah. So, like I was mentioning, as far as just, oh, now it's not gonna let me do the thing. So let me do this. It doesn't let me switch back, which is dumb. I'll just run through this one quickly. Just give you an idea. If you're playing Sombra, go ahead and start scouting. Like, you're invisible. You don't have to worry about it. Don't check your Twitch chat. Right,
Well,
did you not have bubble? No, you didn't. Okay, that's why I was just like, wait, when did you use your bubble?
I think I used it on a Fire Strike earlier on.
Let's say Fire Strike's not much. Yeah, you can use it for extra energy, but there's going to be a lot more people that are poking you out once you get past that corner more.
isn't it worth it to use it like
So you can save
early?
it for that, and you let your healers heal up the Fire Strike then, because that's not that much damage. This is where, if you see them doing damage, I would go ahead and just power boost. They don't need healing. Just power boost them, and you could easily kill that Rhine there. Hopefully you kill that Rhine. Yay, makes me happy. You're at a weird angle there that you're not able to get them. If you need to, you can go ahead and just go over and drop. Even if you wanted to come out here, you can, because you probably have burst heals at the moment, right? No, you don't. Okay. Uh-oh.
I've already broken my neck, so I'm dead. Hey, by the way, Zara, yeah, just a fun fact to you. I have 5 viewers still, so I think it would actually work for you to stream like these things, because people actually watch it.
Hold on. It just seems like you're farther away from the mic, so say again.
I just say that I have 5 viewers right now that's watching only this.
Cool.
So as I say to you,
You have
so
more followers and stuff, so I mean, yeah.
yeah, I know, but like that means, and but they are still like listening to you, not to me.
I have my own mini stream. Catch me out on Thursday nights. Quite literally, that's actually when I'm off. It's Thursdays and Sundays, but in a little bit, I'm only gonna be playing a little bit, and then I'm heading out because I'm gonna go see people because of certain circumstances that have happened recently. So,
So yeah, chat, go
you guys
watch
are taking
him.
the fight. Go ahead and keep pushing in. Why did you use the? Oh, you used the immortality to save Sombra maybe. But anyways, they're
Hey,
all
I
here. They
actually
don't have any
survived.
protected bubble. He tried to get the Kree instead of. Oh no, maybe it was the Mercy. Yep. Force him out. Force him out. Push. 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 Kree's on cart, which I honestly think is a smart thing, because the rest of the team's going here. You guys have this the sustain that you need. And if they do push, your Kree can take this, or at least the point, for some height, and he can get people that are either flanking back, and he can see him once it pushes it more, or for people that are staggering themselves up top. Bap! That's extremely risky, and that's why you guys don't have. Oh.
I remember.
See,
I
like whenever you guys take
remember
that tempo
chat.
for the fight, you guys are actually able to win those rather easily. You guys aren't afraid. You guys aren't letting them walk over you. You're not having to use certain abilities that you would have otherwise used for taking the aggressive fight instead of the slow fight. Oh, it's unfortunate. Yeah, if you didn't take that aggressiveness there, Bap, we should have been okay. You might be able to actually look for. Oh, roses! Yeah, you guys, you seem just spread out. Go ahead and start pushing payload. They're not
Bro,
pushing you. Yeah. And if you need
Oh
to,
my
you can take up
god,
on
Jay,
that high
you're
ground, or you can-
low. You're a. That's
Once you
our
get
fault.
focused out,
Oh god.
you don't have to contest it. On a mission there. And you can go ahead and take up that mega room. Wait for your team to come back, because you have every single one there. Which is good. You play back. Awesome. Thank you for that. And now if you need to,
Hey, by the way,
if you want to force him out, you can actually go up on this payload, right click yourself up there, and now what is he gonna do? You're a high
They've already
power
run away
Zarya.
or overpower him.
Yeah. So I mean, there's that. They already use nade. If anything, they just use sleep, but you're getting pocketed there, and they can easily throw a disc right there. You know. Oh, he's low. Well, they.
hey, by the way, Zara, I don't know if you know this, but if you press B, option down there, you can
Yeah.
like shut that.
I know.
like,
I know.
That's up. It's so nice to do. Just like shut off so you don't need to hear the like capping sound when you're past objective capture sounds. It's so nice. Just shut that stuff off.
What the
Yeah, I
fuck?
can see a lot more now.
Didn't even know you could do that.
Yep. You guys don't have to take the fight. I would just go ahead and back up and take the gas station. At least if you're underneath, then you're only having a face with a Rhine that's facing you forward. Otherwise, and then the soldier's not going to be able to take any value for you. If you wanted to, you can turn that table on him. And if you guys do back out, you can kite it back to where the Ana's not going to get the heals, the Mercy might not be able to get the heals. It changes the position of the Ana because the Ryan's wanting to go in, or he might just stop his aggression. You guys can rotate around since the spawn's already changed. You don't have anyone from there. They're going to be coming from this door anyways. Take up this high ground. Because you can either do that via stairs, or Zarya can. They might be able to right click themselves from there. I know you can actually get up here already, and then you can right click yourself up here. Up on here. Hey, there's my tank player.
Papa Joe.
This is my tank.
In what? In your like?
Oh, he's so high.
In what?
Dude,
Plays
even
a
his
lot of
He's
comp.
he's almost at where you are. Where there? He was always where you are right now. Jay.
Yeah, I mean,
No, but like Jay. Jay's
Mm.
main account now. He's like 3,700 and 3,800.
200 and almost 300 games won, 200 something games won, 200 something games won.
Look at me.
It's-
Look at me.
It's
dude.
rough.
I have put too much hours. Too
He's
many
gone
hours
down,
into this game.
unfortunately. He was at like 4.2 not so long ago.
Oh my god, that's sad. Oh, that's so sad. Going for like top
I mean,
100 to
I don't know.
GM.
He's already in comp. Look at him. Freaking Chad.
No warm
what
up for
was-
me.
This was my other teammate from a different team, not my college team. And he's
Wait a second. Go to 25 again.
Yeah.
No, go to 24. 24. It wasn't it diamond like.
he mostly played on his alt account.
Okay, what I mean that's what Jay here does. What does?
He's a hit scan player.
Hey, like me.
I'm trying to think. That's my coach. he doesn't play as much Overwatch.
Level
he just
9.
he like this coach is actually more of a league coach. And then I have another one that's for Overwatch. But this is his first time playing in years, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Bastion."
Should we continue for the like streams on the?
Sorry, it just.
Is somebody in my
That's
chat
that's one of
know
my team
know
members.
who played with red shell?
Huh?
Somebody in my chat said I know him. He played with the red shell. Who?
Who? Papa Joe?
Papa Joe, yeah.
I mean, Space even made a video saying the legend of Papa Joe.
Hey,
So I
that's
mean, he's
huge.
known. There's people that we go into scrims and they're like, "Why are you here?" You know, type of It's fun. But yeah, kite him out. That's unfortunate. Oh my gosh!
That's.
Yeah, they took that fight.
I
Yeah,
think
they
we.
pocketed him. Alright, that's fine. You guys have high ground advantage. If you wanted to, you could play up top fully
I
and
think.
force them out this way,
Is it
separating
good
them.
for me to do
Because
that?
then that gives you more space.
Is that a good
And,
EMP?
grind it. Please kill, he's gonna shatter. Please kill, he's gonna shatter.
Dude, is that a good idea to nano and to grab a nano drone, or is that a waste? Do you think?
To nano there, Ryan, that was good because it keeps him sustained.
No,
That's
no, I
great.
mean,
That's,
put him in a grav because they nanoed the Rhine, but I grabbed him. Like I solo grabbed the nano drone, but I don't know
I
if it was
mean, I
worth
would
it
do
or
it.
not.
There's times
okay.
that I've actually done it to where I would save people by that.
That's what I thought I was
because-
doing with it.
Yeah, and I've had times where my Zarya was low and I nanoed them and I threw a nade to heal a majority of the team, and then I was focusing out certain targets that way. And before they would try and go and do extra damage like their Rhine, I would sleep them, so by the time that the grab was over and they've shielded all that damage, it just focused out that Rhine. Oh
my gosh.
Hey
90
guys,
range.
say hello to YouTube because this is gonna be a YouTube video.
So now they're playing aggressively, trying to break down your barriers and your cooldowns. They're gonna look for a shatter. It's probably gonna happen within 3, 2, 1. Yep. I know how plat players play, man. With that, he was trying to look for the opposite side of where you were playing so he can get a free shatter. And then he went back for
How
whatever
did he?
reason.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's because if you jump, like sometimes if
jump
you
and
notice you
shield,
shield
do-
and you jump, and you might tilt your shield up or whatever, the shatter has a 2-meter height hitbox. So for instance, if as well as like if you're Brigitte, and you jump with your shield out, it's gonna hit you, because your shield's
What?
off the ground, and that's why you could also be shattered on top of payload. It's because it's a small area that it'll hit you.
Payload
It's
and
2
is
meters.
is
I mean.
isn't payload like floating above the ground too? So you can shatter under like
Yeah, you can shatter people on payload,
yeah, man, like
even if you shatter the
under.
ground.
Like you can shatter
Yeah,
people
you can
behind.
shatter
That's
people
the
under
thing.
the payload. Yeah, that's why they got affected.
Bro,
And that's why they look so sad about it.
She
I wonder
gets
if you're gonna get
closed
closed off.
by the door and
Oh, if they got closed off by the tracer, that's gonna be unfortunate. Now the tracer's on your side, you guys need to focus out that tracer because they're just doing a
what
lot
about
of.
is out there Ryan
That's
doing?
unfortunate. All right. We've seen though, as far as like your defense, how it can be kind of coordinated there, and I've talked about how it, you guys can take those spaces, especially within an escort area, just to conserve time. Let's go into Ilios. Oh, that's fine.
Oof. Jay, I think I remember this one.
Dude, did we even win that game on Route 66 or did we lose?
We lost that fight. That
Did we lose this
lost.
as well?
Yeah, we lost this. This was the first match with Raven. Do you remember when we we couldn't do shit? We just like, I think we went 1-1.
Oh,
Right,
it's
dude, I
Philly
can't even remember.
versus Philly versus LA. I think Philly's gonna win that one. Alright. Objective. Let's see what you guys play for your comps. This looks like it's gonna be final.
Dude, I feel like Cog's like arguably my worst tank. And like, I don't think Raven plays Orisa that much, but we were gonna play
Raven
it
is good.
'cause-
Raven is a good Orisa.
No, but it was on WoW. Is it on the WoW map? It's not on this one, is it? You know what I mean? Like this is the lighthouse, but like we think we're
Yeah.
playing this on
Yeah,
Oh
they're on
no,
this map.
yeah. Why are we playing? I don't know why we're playing that.
I think it
You
was
realize your own
me.
mistakes once you see it.
I think that was me that said that because I didn't know what to play. Cause
They're gonna be brawl. They're gonna be into you guys. The only thing that would slow down their pace then is if they go too aggressive. Your hog looks for a side angle hook and forces people out of their brawl.
and if
Because the
we
brawl is
if,
only good once you guys are playing together. If you take that apart and they're spread, they're not gonna do as much focus damage.
is high ground good against brawl?
Good against what? Brawl?
Brawl.
I mean, they don't have a way to get to you, and
Because
their
we
main thing
played
is
high
to.
ground here.
Well, if you guys just play high ground, they're gonna say, okay, forget you, we're gonna go to point, we take control of point, and now you have a composition that's not as good as far as going in. You're more for bunkering down, setting up, and pulling them back from you guys so you can do as much spam damage. And that's the main thing. Spam, like, remember the triangle I was talking about as far as the
Spam beats
brawl beats
brawl,
dive, dive
dive-
beats spam, spam beats
yeah.
brawl. So with this set up to an area that you can take point.
Did you
and
say
you can take
dive?
high ground.
What beats spam? It dive beats spam.
Dive, yeah. Because spam, they're looking to hit you while you're coming.
And
at
they
them.
are trying to break Ryan shield and then it's
But
just
if you're
sitting at them.
dive, you know, I completely negate all the damage. Now I'm up close and we're taking the fight, you know. Come on. What's the key bind for pause and unpause? I guess there's no.
N. I think it's N.
right?
I think
They're
it's
pushing.
N. No, that no.
Dude,
no,
I think in this bit we didn't know where to
No.
go. We were like, should we go high ground or should we go main? Like, we're like, oh, let's go main. Then some people went high ground, and we're like,
and
okay, I guess we'll go high
Hanzo
ground.
and Toxic went there.
Because like, look, we're so spread out.
I
right
would
now.
say some of you go high ground, but the rest of you go here. So if they try, that makes a decision of what should we deal with, or what should we focus, or how should we play. You know, they're having to
Mm.
make those circumstances, or there's those communication and I'm trying to think. Uh, they have to form that communication line as far as what their plan is, and then two, to execute it. If they focus your team on point, well, they're not focusing the people up here, and they're able to then capitalize onto them and pincer them. And it causes them to get hit from two sides then. Same thing
What,
applies whenever you're going from here. Like if you were to play here, for instance, or just on point, now you have this area to play. This is their open space that they have to go around. And then I'm trying to think. And if you're playing up top, that kind of puts them in this box, the kill box rather,
Yeah.
of how they should play. And if you really wanted to, say for instance, like you had your Hanzo up here, because you probably want your Kree with your Orisa. So if someone does come on the side, you can flash, and then Orisa can pull them off during that time. Or at least have the pull going while they flash, so it stuns them, and they don't have any control of their keyboard, and then they're pushed back.
I
because of
got
the
a
pull.
question.
Huh.
What do you mean when you say pincer? Like pincer and like, what do you mean by that?
There's like for pincering, it's same thing as a pinch, but for me a pincer, if you think of an ant, there's just two sides coming from it.
Oh yeah. Oh, like
and
like as
so
if you're
it's
pincing
from-
something.
Yeah, and so
Oh.
you could pinch them forward and back, and they're just kind of, then they're gonna have to like spread out or go back and focus one side or the other. For me, a pinch, instead of a pincer, a pinch is from multiple sides, because you could end up like if you're trying to pinch something, you might use like your middle index and
And
thumb, you know, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
three
yeah.
sides of things.
That's
So
pretty
those
cool.
are like the technicalities as far as like what a pincer, pinch, and a kill box is. Because they technically lead into kill boxes, specifically onto the, what was the other map? There. Hold on. Trying to think. Yeah. So this would give kind of an idea. And you can see my mouse, right?
I can't see your
Like
mouse.
like the arrow.
I can't see your mouse or arrow now.
Now
I
you
can just
can?
see your. I can't see it. I can just see your like you highlighting over stuff.
Ah, crap. Okay. So for instance, like a kill box on here. This is your box. You're playing for high ground here. You're playing for potentially around here. It causes them to kind of play within this set area and or to back up, which is good for you then, since you can kind of play into them. It was the same thing as far as how you played, like either double bubble or kind of the Sigma, the ball tracer meta with like Diva and everything and stuff. You'd always try and look to displace and then kind of box them, and that way you can just hit them each time. But alright. You guys are wanting to take up top. Team's already going to be going down. You guys are late to the setup, unfortunately. I think they used Lucio at the beginning. Yeah, they used Lucio at the beginning, so it gave them an initial speed burst. So that's why they're already
Is
there.
Raid
You guys are
boss,
taking
by
up
the way?
high ground. If I were them, I would go ahead and play up, you know? They already are as far as their Kree. They already, okay,
Yeah,
you guys
now
are
I remember
even.
this match. Tracer is that what I remember now, Jay?
Ha.
This was,
Yeah.
This was like Tracer just.
Alright, you
Kill
guys are up
everything.
there. You guys have high ground. You're not going down, giving them cleave, which is fine. But once that objective goes through, they're probably going to push onto it. Yeah. Oh. Nice, nice, nice. Focus target, focus target, focus target. They have no self bubble. Oh man. If you guys
I
focused him
think
down,
we
the
won
Zarya
this
would have died.
fight.
Yeah. Regardless though, they just
Look,
got a lot
look
of
where
healing
both
from that.
supports is. Both supports is with me.
They're not able to heal the Rhine. You guys kill the Rhine. You need to sustain up. Okay, focus at the Zarya. You guys can't focus him out. They used a nade as well. And look how you guys played that. You have a lot more map control on this, and you were playing from here and on side, causing them to either go in or go back. That's how you guys were able to kill those people, along with them trying to go back from there. You kill boxed them, basically. You pincered, you pinched, however you'd want to look at it.
We
Look
just
how
sort of
many-
Just
overwhelmed
take
them
it
in a
away
way.
different
Here's
angles.
the funny thing. Look how many of us that is jumping. I think.
Do the people jump in
Look-
high level play? Like, is that a
No,
common
no,
thing
no,
for
no,
people
no.
to jump?
No,
Yeah.
Like everyone just stops still all together, is it? Because it's like it's
not
predictable, isn't it?
altogether. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're jumping over, a Widows
You're
gonna
arcing.
shoot you at the apex of your peak.
Yeah.
Jump, yeah.
You can't control your movement when you're in there.
Yeah, true, true.
Well, you kinda can, but it's not as much.
Yeah,
It's
Because I
like-
know
can jump.
whenever I'm BAP, for instance, this is only 5%, and I can do this real quick. If I'm BAP, for instance, there's times where I've actually stopped short of whenever I was jumping, just because a Hanzo was shooting at me and they're looking for me just to try and go over that way. Well, I stopped, and then I went forward.
Oh, true.
And
It's like like the way you're jumping. So it's like he's hard for him to predict where you're gonna land because you suddenly throw him off guard by
Yeah.
like switching up. Damn, that's quite clever. Dude, high level
Um,
players, dude, are so much smarter than plat players. Like they just think
You're
about the
really
game in a different way. It seems
You're
like.
really sure about that?
No, dude, it just is, dude. Like, dude, they perceive the game in a way
Yeah.
different way.
Yeah, because they've played more and they're better because they're high rank.
Like, dude, look at this guy's muscle memory, dude.
I mean, how
Dude,
many
he's probably not
hours-
even looking at the screen right now.
No, with that, like I have different sensitivities.
Oh, you have.
What's your
Right.
DPI?
800.
And you play on 2.5?
You have the exact
Yeah.
same.
Dude, that's half mine.
I'm an arm aimer.
Yeah, I'm an army aimer too, but like, I guess you're just like,
I am
because I know
both.
you know Jonak. He's
Yeah.
like he played for the NYX. I can't remember.
He's
But he plays in a very low sense.
2.5 at 1,000, so he's
Oh,
lower
really?
than mine.
Is it
Yeah.
like and Necros is 802, I think. No, 804 something like that on Genji.
I used to wrist aim, dude, but it was
Isn't-
like way
isn't-
too inconsistent.
I had, but I use both, and that's what
I
what
mean, that's
heard
what I,
is best.
because this is at 4, and that's like, because I'm gonna be here and then turning back, and then you know,
True.
and like I don't have to deal with it as much. I don't have as much aim, so I'd just rather.
Yeah, because you don't need to be as
Like-
precise. You can kind of go around it a bit.
Otherwise, like my brig is a little bit higher since I'll be like turning back or doing things. Bye bye.
Bionk.
But yeah, it's like as far as jumping, I don't do it as much. Like if I were to play as McCree, you know, I'd be playing it for here. I would do more crouches sometimes,
When I play Kree,
so I can slow down my movement. Because if you notice, it's obviously slower, and you can track it as much.
I think
Dude, you play with like a relaxed hand, like, or because dude, I try to consciously keep my arm kind of relaxed and like my hand relaxed. Because if I put too much pressure on it, I start like overshooting.
Hey, wait, speaking of that, I got some tips from top 50 McCree in
Huh?
Europe, and he said like try to always be like try to not be like what do you say, like relaxed. Try to be relaxed when you aim because that's when you're gonna hit the most shots.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you tense up whenever you're aiming, you're gonna be more of like a,
Shake
know.
too.
and then you might just
Yeah.
like,
You start flicking
it's
it,
like
missing
very
a bit.
jittery, yeah. For me, I can fluidly just, you know, and see if I jump then, it's making it weirder. I'd rather just, oops. Yeah, I haven't warmed up today. I haven't played at all. I've just been in the replay viewer.
Yeah.
That's it.
Should we continue on
Um,
the?
But yeah, I
Sure.
really just don't jump as much as if like as far as like Ana. I mostly
You
just,
crouch more than you jump, it seems.
Yeah. The times that I will are to get like extra height on nade or whatever, or
Or
instead of
peeking a
just peeking
corner.
an angle normally,
Yeah.
where the widow could be like aiming for head level like they would there.
Isn't it called like
I would like
jump peeking,
jump and
right?
go back. So they might not get it and it will just land as a body shot.
He is 41. His peak is 41.72.
Okay. But yeah, like I just don't tend to jump. Okay, come on. 20, 20, 20.
41.72 is his rank.
Alright. You guys can play here, which is fine. Just kind of notice where they're at. And now that they're taking this high ground, go ahead and back up. And you guys can play kind of out here.
Oh,
Because the closer you are as far as space goes sometimes,
you and
you can get
Toxic
cleave damage from
jumping.
the Rhine. They're basically thriving in the close range environment, whereas if they get onto you, you're having to use a lot more utility, or ability rather, to stop that. And the main thing is if you're here and your supports are there, there's more of a distance for your backline of things. I would probably play actually Ana around here, personally, just because if they do flank, then I could be here and I could actually take this wall instead. And I could look over and say, oh, they're pushing us. Well, a well-placed nade stops them from doing anything. They don't have bubble or whatever. Denies heals for Rhine. Easy collapse on Rhine. Instead of playing out far and leaving me susceptible to like people like Tracer, for instance, and then them forcing me out. But yeah, I think if you actually played back, even if it's this pillar instead of this close up, because they already have that corner advantage, you're not doing as much damage to him. I would play it back, so if they have all that room and open space to try and kill you guys, and then you can halt him backwards or whatever, just doing more damage to him, more spam, or even if you try to get a hook up there, you had a visual of that, and now you don't have to worry about it.
Hey,
but
yeah, I think
now-
this is going to help us like a lot.
Oh, for sure. Zada, what rank are you right now? Like, what do you normally play at? Like, the literally GM? Yeah, dude. On my main account, dude, I play at like 3.7 to 3.8k. But like, I feel like I'm boosted.
Yeah, I've gone down slightly. As you can see, I had a bad day.
Hey, we also had a
Yeah.
bad day yesterday. We lost every match. No. Do you remember the
Trying to
the
think.
image Raven posted?
Dude, it was
Friday.
like, he had one win, dude, and it was from a quick
Yeah.
play. Like, the rest was just losses. Loss.
Oh,
That's me right
fine.
now. I am like 3,800 right now. No, 38.
I think Rialto was
2,800.
a good map that I played. But yeah, they're focusing you at different angles here. So they're pushing you guys either to go off the map back,
Hey.
or they're pushing on the side.
Can you say shut like put
Toxic
off
is
the
dead.
sound of capping B. You can
Force out gold, dead, watch fire. You know, taking that time to go back. What in the world? I don't know if they just like spun super quickly. Yeah, they did. That's what I was noticing. Oh. It's actually hard for me to, because they were able to switch their DPI like that. Mine's at the bottom of my mouse, so I can't do that.
yeah. What
Oh,
do you mean?
yes. Force him out, push. Whoa. Actually, I just realized how many ults were committed there.
Yeah, dude, we always over ult, dude, all the time.
I
I
mean,
mean,
that happens all the
everybody
time.
does.
two's fine. You're breaking their shield, and you're getting that high noon off.
Hey, look at me! I'm high nooning, and I get I
but
get stuck,
then
and then
you-
I stop
they
moving.
traded with that. So I mean, a tank for DPS, whatever. You know, I'd rather kill a tank. So actually, and that leads me into now they're
Like,
down
nice
2.
hook.
That's awesome.
Nice hook.
Did I even get anyone? Did you recalled? Wait,
So
who did I even?
The Ryan shielding. What?
no,
Uh-oh.
he blinked. That's why.
Whose hook
So
is that?
with this, if you notice,
No, that's not a hook.
you got rid of their tank, so now they're less tank. They're more damage than they are tanking things. And you guys have more tank than you do
We're
damage.
doing
So there's the
the
weird balance of how you guys should play.
where
And now
now?
they're down 2 people. So this is a 5v4 in this circumstance. They
what
only
do you-
have
team would do?
healers, a tank, and a damage. And you guys have more aggressiveness because of your off tank and your Hanzo. Brig's able to go in, you're able to spam him down, do whatever. And then you also have
Hey,
a lot of sustained
when is the
heals.
next practice? By the way, is it tomorrow?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, they're doing it's literally Monday.
Okay.
What do I work Monday?
Dude, Zada,
I
how old are
work-
you?
I'm 19.
19.
Oh.
I work 4 to 11.
And
I go in later.
that's-
Yay. So that's 5 to 12 EST.
5 to, okay, then you can just say you
I'd be
could.
able to see it, yeah.
Can we go through this a little bit fast? Because I think I gotta go soon.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, with this, since you guys have the advantage, go ahead and start pushing in, taking that space. You guys are able to sustain while you're going in. That's unfortunate. Oh no!
is that a 6? He charged.
No! They
Yeesh.
turned a losable fight into a winnable fight because of that. And yeah, that's unfortunate. That's what ultimates are for. To help turn tides of fights.
I think we used the ultimates now and then we switched off.
Alright. 20 seconds is about the time that it takes. And notice they went from like 40 to 60, almost 70% now. By the time you're getting on there, it's going to be down to the one fight engagement at around 80 to 90 percentage on point if you guys don't act quick. I think if you guys went through main and let your hog go out on side to look for a pick, you could easily kill someone due to environmental. And in that time they notice that, well crap, you know, they're gonna have to back up. They're probably gonna play point then, since they might not have certain people, or they're kind of try and look to be aggressive, almost as far as like, there's you either sustain enough for that person to come back and try and waste the other people's abilities, or 2, they're confident that they can try and look for a trade value, and they're gonna try and go for those picks then, just to make it an even like 5v5 then or whatever, you know. You guys are taking up top. They're going back. They're focused there. So as soon as that rally goes, you have no more bongo. Orisa, you can stay up top. Hog, and Kree and Brig, could all go below, and you guys can focus out targets because now they're just LOSing everything. Awesome, you force them out, take the engagement. You got the shield there, that's fine. You got them to commit ults. Go ahead and your Brig really wanted to kill that Rhine, and I would agree. But call that out. They probably were, but then everybody else wasn't. Like as you can see, there's people that are low, people that are going back completely. I think actually I'll need to see that one more time. Okay. No bubble. They're pushing in.
That's
No
Ryan.
shatter.
He didn't know that the hitbox starts
You
at
need
your
to
like
turn
back.
and help.
Back.
Yeah, you need to turn and help your Ana, otherwise you're not gonna sustain. I always hit B, dang it. that's why they turned back. Ryan's so one. Oh my gosh. There's the nade. It goes off the shield. He's gonna get sustained healing, and your team's peeling back for your Ana.
Dude, I actually got called. Diana was saying, like, help me, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, don't shield bash, no! Yeah, so during that time, since the shields, or shield bashing, a shield doesn't work anymore. Since they had changed that a while
mean,
back.
that
That actually
wait,
looks really cool.
wait. I gotta use that as the front on
It's
the.
a bit epic.
Hold on, let me...
Hey, can you get after that and do print screen and just send it to me? Can you do that?
Hold on, I'm trying to turn off the
Far up,
stuff.
far top.
Where's the player names?
And then top
Oh,
two.
the health bars.
Alt Z. Yes, Alt Z. And
Yeah, sure.
everything goes away. You can also just
Yeah,
Alt Z.
one sec.
Z.
Sec, let me put everything back then.
Yeah. Alt Z. Go.
Oh, well, they're...
Do a print screen and send it to me. That would be fucking great.
Hold on, let me get it back so their ligaments aren't,
That's
I don't have a normal keyboard, so I have to go into the snip and sketch.
you can
new
win
snip in 3
Windows.
seconds.
You know that you can Windows Shift S, right? Yes, Windows Shift S and you get it. Did you know that?
I know, but I don't have a normal keyboard.
No, but like Windows Shift S and you get that print thing.
I know. Again, I don't have the same
Like
keyboard layouts and stuff. Mine's set up differently.
what? Okay then.
I have a different keyboard. Hold on. Save. Screenshot here.
Oh,
here.
that's actually
here.
nice though.
Images, pictures, screenshot here.
You wanna know what it looks like? It looks like Briggs actually Doom Fist.
Yeah, I wouldn't actually shield bash into that. I would just try and flail at a distance and then go back with the team. Reason for that as well. Now that you don't have a way to get out, like shield bash isn't just to stun people. You can actually use that to get out and create more space between you. Because now you're out in the open, you're gonna be focused, and you're for sure dead, you know? And they're getting boosted, healed up. So I mean, what HP do you have according to them, you know? Unless you nano brig, and then that's obviously the rally boss, but they would need rally with that as well. Yeah, and there's some people that they will flail someone and shield bash backwards. That creates so much more space.
By the way, I think I gotta go after this round. So
Okay.
you can stay here with
Yeah, this should be a map loss.
So I gotta
Yeah,
go do
it's a
homework
map
soon
loss.
as well.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Tracer
For here,
again.
you guys are playing dive. You should be able to, or double bubble, sorry. And you should be able to create those kill boxes like I was mentioning. Say for instance, your Winston goes here and your team pushes forward, your Winston goes on the side and hammers them out. Because you can actually take on this ledge here and play on that. So you can easily box them out and push them forward.
Because this is actually a double bubble. I said that we should go double bubble here. Like I went Sombra. I said I called that we should go double bubble here because I think that would work on his map. So we had Sombra, we had Echo.
Echo creates their own off angle already. You just gotta watch out
Yeah.
for snipers, which they don't have, which is awesome for you guys. You're so basically you can either set up a pinch or a pinch. Most likely a pinch because Echo's focusing at a different angle. Because Ryan's gonna be focusing a barrier on one of two, giving free sticky bombs or whatever focus up for that. And your team just pushes forward into him. So if you set that up and communicate that, you should be fine. Let's go about 60 seconds spare. Yeah. You guys are still winning that. That's good. This is a losable fight. They reclaim. So let's see how you guys take back a point.
Did we take back a point?
You're facing a tracer. You had to get out. Alright, you rally in. That should be your guys' sign to aggress. You can wait it out a little bit longer so you guys get a good effect of the rally. And then you guys should be able to push in. Echo should be able to get their ultimate, and that would be what I would play for, is rally and copy. Preferably going for
We could just done raid boss.
you could maybe copy Zarya so you guys have more bubbles for your monkey and for the rest of your team, or you can focus for Rhine. Or no, you can either copy Rhine or Tracer. That just gives you a forward shield for the rest of your team to go up, while your monkey's hitting them from a different side, and that pushes them forward. That's just a lot of barrier and health to just run through, so they can't really do anything. The other reason why I was saying Tracer was if you guys, you almost have your grav. No, I'm looking at the wrong team. Never mind. So yeah, I would just go for Ryan then. I would just copy Ryan and push together as a team.
Couldn't we just have raid boss use like Nano the Brig when she used rally?
Nah, I wouldn't use it for that. I would use it for if your Winston's wanting to go in, they can do that, and then if they want to get out or continue to go in, then they have their primal. But during this time, I would rally in.
Yeah, I am
if he's
listening.
going to
But I
dive
wanna know
and you
if
won't be able
that
to heal him during
if
that
that
time,
is a good
I would go ahead and nano him because
if
he's going to
that's
do
a
a lot of
good,
damage
like,
towards these
thing that
people.
we could have
Probably going to
done.
end up killing the Mercy because they're going to be out of LOS of Ana. And they're going to end up dying for that, so they don't have res in the fight, which is fine. It's down their Mercy. You're now 6-5. Tracer's going. Technically, it's 6 versus 5 versus 1 because Tracer's flanking. And if you notice that, yeah, if you know that your people are fighting here, you don't have Sleep Dart anymore. Uh-oh. I wouldn't have used Sleep Dart there, honestly. Anyways, you're 65 versus 1. Technically 5v5 because the Sombra's taking the duel there. Push in Nano, or since you're rallying Nano, Winston, push them back, split focus. Go into this Rhine. If this Ana's still here, you guys can easily take advantage of that. That's now 1 to 2 healers down. Because for sure your monkey should be able to kill the... Ow. That's unfortunate. Brig. They didn't focus Brig? Oh, they're so dumb. But they got everyone else, so I mean...
Brig is
Okay,
just
cool.
there and
Yeah,
can't
no
do
Rick
shit.
Vaults there. That was just a big shatter. That was a big play. Okay, you guys have EMP. And copy and nano. I wouldn't use nano for aggression as much right now. I would probably use it for like a lifeline. Someone's low, like your monkey or whatever, and they just use primal and they're getting back and whatnot. Or that only got 3 people. Oops,
I think I got 4 there actually.
3.
You really sure?
Yeah, look at the top left.
Oh wait, yeah, 3.
What the angry monkey. Actually, let me. Where's my mouse? They were just outside of it too. On 26. All right, you guys are looking to play in. Everyone's there, but they're gonna back up anyways since I don't know why.
I'm out of here.
Yep. Ah, they were just outside of it. Yeah. So at this point, if you guys were calling for EMP, you should already be diving. Like I
Wait.
should already see Monkey in midair.
How didn't I get Tracer there? Like in the back, straight back. No.
There.
She's so
Because of
and outside. That's unfortunate. Oh my god.
yeah, that's fine. With this though, going in for EMP 3, 2, 1, you know, on 2 to 1, your team should, or your Monkey should be going on 1, jumping forward, taking that space. Bam, landing in the landing in the middle of them. Echo should be going in. You guys should be focusing out the time because now you're then going to be diving them during the time that they're hacked, and they've already been hacked for about 2 seconds or so or more. So it's getting less value on the EMP. EMP's going. You should already be going on top of that.
I think we used copy wins like
Yeah.
rage and
I was about to say you guys then went in. It was just a tad bit late. If you guys went in already, you'd have been fine. Goes in, copies. I would probably look to pin him in. Oh, Monkey!
right.
Okay, now this Ryan gets no value. Just because everyone's now pushed away. So the copy didn't get any value
I
as
think
much.
Maybe.
Unless they take the left angle.
Reinhardt.
Cool
Oh,
fire strike.
man.
Name.
Oh, well. Now they're getting value, kind of. They haven't landed. Now they've landed a swing. Tracer behind. Where's everyone? Should be able to kill blue. Nope, not able to kill blue. Now they're not hacked anymore. Focus. Thank you. Focus Arya. Focus Arya.
Огонь по готовности.
Oh, huge shatter.
Yes. I'm so glad you weren't able to be pushed into that. Good that you got the mercy first. Kill. Kill.
And now the Zarya is
Focus,
getting
focus,
gang
focus,
banged.
focus, focus. Thank you.
Gang banged.
Alrighty. Took a little bit longer than needed to, but you got it. You guys were able to retake that point. They're pushing in.
We nanoed Monkey.
You grabbed, and that kind of negated their shatter. Poor Brig. I think if I see that, I would try an S key and jump. Like for instance, you ended up doing that. Maybe not purposeful. But because of that, you got pushed back and away from any LOS of people. You were able to gain distance from them, which is good. Yeah, because that Brig just got focused out, as you can see.
They used pulse bomb. They missed pulse
They
bomb.
missed the pulse bomb. Don't look to damage. Roses. Heal your Zarya, let them carry the fight.
Heal Jay. Yeah, you're the carry. We gotta have you.
Well, that's a high-powered Zarya. I don't want her to die, you know.
And here we lost.
Alrighty. Let's see. Based on how this goes, you lost. So, focusing him out. away from heals. Why did you go? I would have jumped over to Mega's side just to ensure that I got healing, because in case everybody else was getting healing, you know. And that way you didn't have to go back then to go forward, you were able to go side, take another angle. And I know Zarya took an aggressive position, died for it.
And there we have lost.
Yeah, that's the wrap up of the fight. But yeah, that would be, I guess, my take on it.
I'll guess in chat. I gotta go now. So yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye bye.